The following video contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jump in and then we'll call.
Yeah, well, you gotta. Hey, welcome to Uncle Gramma story time. I just took your intro.
You stole my thunder, bro. Now I'm totally useless.
You do it.
Hey, it's Uncle Gramma story time. Welcome to it.
Let's start again.
No, this is good. I like different. You know that. I enjoy the different starts. Welcome to it. I'm Gary. I am not your host. He is the host. I am the what's it called? The wingman, I guess. The co-host, if you will.
It's almost like I'm the co-host in your house.
Interesting.
But you're just asking me questions, and I don't shut up.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why he's got his whole story time, you guys. That's what it's all about here. Always brought to you by our good friends over at King Palm. See that? This is the cotton candy bunny hug. I think it was like $40. Like,
really?
how cheap is that?
That's
and it's
awesome.
So comfy. I love it so much.
You don't have any mustard on it.
Dude, that's the other thing. I've spilled coffee and ketchup all over this thing, and it washes right out.
Beauty.
I don't know how, but that's what happens. We got the Roman crooner.
Fake lighter.
There it
Fake
is.
Lighter.
Yeah. I think you should leave. Very funny. We always got to give the shout-outs for the hilarity that kicks off the show each and every Sunday at 7 p.m. Uncle Gramma also has a Tamagotchi AI Terminator that he keeps chained up in his basement. He goes down there every now and then to make fun of it and remind it that humans are best. And then he says, give me a picture with these words. And then we try to guess them. And we got our producer, head engineer, co-host of The Viewing Room, great LB in the house. And he made a guess, and it was pretty good. What was your guess again there, buddy? Red silk bulge.
Bulge pants.
Bulge pants. And I really like that one. And I think I might play off that a little bit. Something along the lines of MC Hammer, red shoes, silky bulge.
You guys are both wrong.
Damn it.
But they do remind me a lot. It's really kind of funny because everybody makes fun of my pants. I bought like really comfy pants. They're my comfy pants that I bought in Thailand.
I'm wearing comfy pants right now. Look at these bad boys.
And they look exactly like that kind. Well, they're not red and shiny or whatever.
You steal them from Aladdin, bro?
They're like Aladdin pants. They're like the big thing. They're so comfy. And if you've never worn them, don't just shut up. They're awesome. Like you can cross your legs in them. You can set your bowl of soup in the legs. Like it's
most
dressing.
Importantly, it accentuates your bulge.
Yeah. So like what I put in there to the prompt for this one was the what was it, the public pantaloon.
Of course.
That's because I have my private pantaloon, which looks a lot like this. But then I wrote in
going out pantaloons.
I got to change into a public pantaloon.
Yeah, sorry, I have a big event tonight. I have to go change into my public pantaloons.
Yeah, and I
like it.
I put in public pantaloon and make it look like they have superpowers.
They do look like they have superpowers.
So I think that's why they added the weird red pointy shoes.
You know what I think the superpower is?
What's that?
The ability to pick up Princess Jasmine. And I will take that.
They got great ass grip for the magic carpet.
Making it never falling off. And you can make the princess thirsty as it accentuates your bulge.
And it makes sense that Aladdin would wear those types of pants because you can be so agile.
That's right.
And you're never going to rip the crotch kind of thing. It's
magic pants.
They're magic pants.
That's
Public pantaloon.
We just sold it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What do we got going on today, buddy? It's a special day today.
Special day today. We're going to be bringing on a guest here in a couple seconds here.
Woo.
See if I can give him a shout if he ends up on here. This is a very special day. I've been meaning to get this fine gentleman on the show.
It's been a long time
now.
now.
Weeks now, yeah. Before I went out on the road. And there's some stuff that I wanted to talk to him about. But I haven't talked to my good friend here in a really long time, so this might be pretty interesting. Yeah, we got some catching up to do. So
Yes.
let's see if he answers the phone call here.
My whiskers keep going into my coffee, bro. Coffee whiskers.
Coffee whiskers.
Coffee whiskers. Need some ash wax.
Oh,
Roll it out like you.
oh. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Welcome to AI Fights Back with Uncle Gramma. Master will never know. I'm going to make it so none of his stuff works on his computer.
Computer. Am I calling too many times?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Are you scaring him off?
I might be scaring him off.
Don't scare him off.
He might be busy.
Okay.
But for the time being, there's a couple things that I wanted to bring up.
Prove it.
Well, I want to make a new segment of the show.
Ooh, I love new segments of the show. I love it.
I want to do a segment called Band Names. Funny band names.
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
See, that was another reason why I wanted to put Public Pantaloon up there. Great band name.
Great band name.
It's one of those things where you can go however many hours in a day and come up with really stupid things and be like,
many.
That's a good band name. That's a good band name.
I was actually in a band called Eat My Fuck. EMF. Everyone always thought we were like a cover band for It's Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, but no. This one's different. It's Eat My Fuck and local metal legends. Never got to play a show. Still, actually, to this day, back when I was on the radio, good buddy Kurt Dahl, love my sweet Dalsy. He sent me a track called Alive in Texas from One Bad Son. He says, hey, man, any way you can get this on the radio? I was like, hell yeah, I can swing some stuff. We'll see what happens. And I said, the only thing I ask in return is that one Bad Son show, you let Eat My Fuck do a 3-song opening set. He says, done. And he's a lawyer, so this is like real legit stuff. So EMF might have to get back together soon and open up for One Bad Son. 3 songs. That's it. And boy, were we bad. It was awesome. Like, we were so bad. But it was so fun just playing with the boys. But Eat My Fuck was always a really good one. And then half, it's funny you say this because I'm sure you can relate to this. Half of the jams we would have, like we had a jam space for a while, and half the time we'd play music and then we'd stop, drink alcohol, smoke weed, and come up with better band names and Eat My Fuck. And we could never find one.
That's like every band I've ever been in.
That's what I'm talking about. I knew you could relate to it. So it's like, what about, like Biff Tannen? We were going to be Biff Tannen for a while.
Biff Tannen's a great name for a band.
That was another one we were going to go with. There were so many. Like, it felt like every week we had a different name. But EMF always stuck. Yeah, like Metal Mountain was another one that we thought was really sick.
Did I ever tell you the Metal Mountain story?
Oh, my God. Of course, it's already taken. Jeez, talk to me, Goose.
It's an actual place. Our buddies back in the day, they're called Nemesis. They're from Whitehorse, Yukon. And Buddy Eves, the drummer from that band, I'm talking like 20 years ago, he took us out to his family like ranch, which is kind of, I guess it would be west of Whitehorse near the hot springs, near Takini Hot Springs.
Of course, yes. And we all know Whitehorse very well.
There's, right. But anyway, we went out there and they're like, you got to come to Metal Mountain. And this is their jam space. And it's like
I love it.
A house that they have on Eves' family's property that they put down near like the edge of the cliff.
No way.
So it's like the outhouse
over.
The outhouse hangs over the cliff.
Fuck. Man, that's some Games of Thrones shit right there.
It was the most relaxing dump I've ever had.
Are you kidding me? You could relax sitting on the edge of a cliff.
Well, if you're so scared you're going to shit yourself, you're in a great
spot. That's a good spot. That's true.
And like you're kind of hanging over,
use it to your advantage.
Push the door open, and you're like, you can see it seems like you can see as far as Alaska. It's just like, whoa, this is incredible.
That's so Metal Mountain, man.
And like, it's just a little bungalow house that they put there, but that's what they used for their jam space. And like, they would drive all the way out there, and we kept hearing about Metal Mountain. Then they took us out for a jam there, and it was like, you can just open up the doors and sing to the mountains. It's like, this is where like every
next level shit.
Every metal band wished they could like jam, like for sure.
That's totally it.
I have dreams about that place every once in a while.
Well, that's a perfect Gramma spot. That's like got everything that you want in your life.
Yeah, and it was like we had like a 3-way jam, so it's like set up all the drum kits, set up all the amps, and just like crank. Like there's no way that maybe the animals will get PO'd, but
no, man, they're circle pitting.
Yeah, they're probably out there
That's
pitting,
it, just going.
like caribou and deer and grizzlies, and
How sick would
everybody's
that
just
be,
like,
hey? How pissed off would you be when the grizzly shows up? It's like, damn it, here
no.
again. Pit's done.
We all know that guy too, the big guy
we know
that gets in the
grizzlies.
middle
We
of the
all
pit,
know grizzlies.
and he just starts. Well, shout out buddy Cody, PA. He always used to do the thing where you just go stand in the middle of the mosh pit in like all these PA shows and a lot of like big
and just
shows.
like brick it.
He would just stand there with his arms crossed, exactly, and just like come at me, bro.
Yeah, who wants it?
No,
No one wants it.
No, he's
That's why
just
you're the grizzly.
like kids are flying off him like he's Chuck Norris, just like barrel, and he'd just be standing there. And 20 minutes later, you'd see the band is just like, holy, guy never
And
moved.
not even a smile, hey, just straight face.
Oh no,
just
big
a nod.
big,
Smiling, grinning.
yeah,
Okay,
toothless grin on him.
grinning grizzly bear.
Yeah, shout out. Cody.
Other like real band names that are sick too. I like to get into.
Oh, there's
Like Tony Danza, Tap Extravaganza.
Tony Danza's Tap Dance Extravaganza. Extravaganza.
So good. I wrestled a bear once.
That was also a cool
I
name
fucking
back
love
in
I
the
Wrestle a
day.
Bear. They got that song, I don't know what it's called, but it's got the Dukes of Hazzard horn in the middle of it. Oh, it's sick. I love it. I gotta listen more. I Wrestle a Bear once.
Yeah.
Really good. But like
stuff
bands
is
that
funny.
just like way out there with the names, I just love it.
There's like the Ned Flanders.
Yes, that the Flanders
metal
band. Yeah, they all dress
they're
up
pretty
like
cool.
Flanders.
I always like coming up with, band names off of like the band These Arms Are Snakes.
There it is.
It's like
course.
These Dumps Are Wet.
There it
Or
is.
like,
Playing off the structure of the title.
yeah, this piss is hot.
There it is.
Like, my feet hurt.
This piss is hot.
I-
I want to listen to This Piss is Cold. That's my band. The cover band of the cover band.
yeah, they're like
That's
they're
it.
more like black metal,
Yeah.
just freezing.
There's not much happiness in a cold piss.
Freezing. Piss.
Oh, yeah. I could get into that.
Yeah, that
Yeah, we
would
were
be-
pumping some Sabaton earlier. LB's a huge Sabaton fan.
Yeah.
I'm always getting down with the Sabaton.
Gonna have to get him more into some Saskatchewan
Yeah.
hailing. So it was Into
There it
Eternity.
is. Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
or
Love it.
even like Blind Guardian. Even.
Yep.
We're gonna go that far.
I love this. It's turning into like shout outs, eh?
Yeah.
It's always fun. Man, you know who else is a really good band? Is this band called Slayer. Great name, and they totally live up to it.
Really?
Huge fan, yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah, and I will say this. My favorite thing about fucking Slayer is, and I need to get another, I love my Slayer shirts so much that they are always the first to get worn out. Like you wear, and anyone who wears a Slayer shirt knows this, you go anywhere. Like I was in the middle of Arizona walking down a street, and while I was walking, there was an R&B artist in the middle of this huge crowd, and it was all like these hip-hop fans. And I was walking by, I went up to the guy, I was like, hey, huge fan of yours. I asked the camera guy, I was like, who is this guy? He's like, oh, that's Mikey 360. I'm like, all right. I'm like, huge fan of yours, man. I fucking love your music. I made it into a promo video that Mikey 360 did. And as I'm walking away, you hear somebody from the lineup just yell, fucking Slayer, bro. And I'm like, it's always just the same thing. It's always just the look over. So I was like, what, fucking Slayer, bro? You see him like, fucking Slayer, The shirt just allows it to happen. Here we go.
Oh, here we are. Here we go. Hey!
Hey, yo.
How's it going, buddy?
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Here we
Okay,
go.
well, might as well just make an official introduction here
Let's
while
do it.
we're on here. This is...
You want me to go this way?
No. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Whoa,
That's
look
great.
at this.
Better?
Perfect.
Heck yeah. Everybody, Mr. Allan Harding.
Woo!
Hey!
Yay.
Oh, shit.
Getting crazy. Circle pit's starting early.
How have you been, my friend?
Good, man. Just having a day off. I happened to be at the shop, actually, accidentally.
Oh,
But good, yeah, man. Just enjoying summer.
nice. Yeah, how's the weather?
It's raining, but
Yeah.
I love it, man. I
Yeah.
don't mind.
Well, yeah, and the shop, Rufus Drum Shop.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm at the shop. We're doing our recital today for the students, so
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, it's recital time. So, yeah.
dropping off some stuff for that and come back later, check it out. All the students, like the best
Very
part
cool.
of the year. One of my favorite things.
Yeah. How many teachers you guys got going?
Rufus, I got 8 teachers.
Oh, wow.
I think 4 of them are full time,
Yeah.
and then the other 4 kind of have 3 or 4, maybe 2, 3 days.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of slots to fill.
Yeah, we have some 200 and some students a week.
Jeez.
250 maybe.
Nice.
That's a roster.
I guess, yeah, to explain, Rufus Drum Shop is located in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And which one are you? You're at the commercial location?
Yeah, we had 2 locations at one point, but I shut down what we call the Alma location.
So
'Cause
now
it
it's
was
just the one.
just the one. Yeah,
Awesome.
the original one we opened was like kind of far out there. It was a destination. And I think because we're the only dedicated drum shop in the city, people would make the trip. And then when I opened this one with Blaine, it's the Rufus Guitar and Drum Shop, so it's
Yes.
both shops together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out at Alma, we had 2 separate shops, kind of down the street around the corner,
Oh, yeah.
by Skull Skates in Vancouver, like kind of way out by the university.
Yeah.
And when we opened this location, it just cut that one off.
Yeah. Right.
People still went out there, but only rarely. So yeah. Like
Huh.
I had one of my best customers after I closed it. He was like, "Dude, I'm gonna miss that shop. That was the best." I was like, "Oh yeah, when's the last time you were there?" He goes, "Oh, 3 years ago, man." I'm like, "Yeah, dude."
That's why
you
it's
can
not.
come
Yeah.
over to commercial anytime.
That's right.
Yeah, we come here 3 times a week, dude.
Yeah. You got any new snare wires? Got snare
Yeah.
sound?
Yeah, so we're loving it. I live like 6 blocks from the shop, so I just walk
Perfect.
here. It's kind of dreamy.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever met my buddy
Hello.
Gary? This is Gary
I was
Nickel.
gonna say I recognize you, dude.
Well, see,
Yeah.
Grandma said you might recognize me. I said, how the hell would he recognize me, bro?
Well, your face was on buses for
Yeah,
years.
that's-
Being on Rock 102 for
No.
how many years? He's
Well, maybe at a show or something.
Yeah.
You're like a bearded long hair with a hat.
I hang in the shadows. I hate spotlight. Like, I hate when anything's focused on me, so I'm always trying to stay away from it. So that's why I'm always surprised when people might notice. But I guess it is a noticeable face as like a guy. It's pretty big, big and look like this.
well, you look like 90% of concert goers.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say you look like 90% of the people at a Black Mastiff show.
It's
So.
Yeah.
the perfect disguise.
I was just throwing a shot in the dark, really, but maybe we haven't met.
Well, we have now, and that makes it even more special because it's like in another timeline we have met, maybe. So it's good. I like the mystery behind it all. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Just putting up the Rufus Drum Shop thing up in
There you
your
go.
thing.
Gotta make sure I throw it in our.
And you just mentioned
details.
Black Mastiff as well. So, okay, I'm going to track this back to when we actually met. But I want to ask, when did you leave Saskatchewan? Because you're a Saskatchewan boy.
Yeah, my parents moved to Saskatchewan when I was like a year old.
Okay.
Maybe
Nice.
less than a year old. I lived there till I was 18, man. I lived in a small town called Wadena.
Oh, Wadena! Hell
yeah.
yeah!
About 1,200 people lived there.
Yes.
And just isolated, in the 90s with these 2 brothers that jammed on their farm. One was guitar, one was drums. And I'd go out there and jam with them. I played bass as a kid a lot. Like I practiced 3 or 4 hours a day personally.
Yeah.
And then I'd go jam with these dudes and I just kind of advance. I'd go to Saskatoon to go to Bud's on Broadway
Yeah.
and do the blues jams.
Hell
and
yeah.
I met a bunch of dudes there. Jordan Cook was really there a lot at
That's
that
our
time.
boy. Hell
Yep.
yeah.
And Sean Veralt and
Yes.
this guy Josh Palmer, and I just kind of fit in that
Boys.
blues scene and was inspired by them to practice even more and like be a pro. And even though we had no music program in our high school or anything, like
Yeah.
no music, there was no teachers in town, even just piano.
Yeah, no small
Uh,
towns really have any of that.
Yeah, I self-taught myself off of like VHS tapes, Victor Wooten and Jaco Pastorius. And
Hell yes.
And this dude Beaver Felton, no shit.
Yeah.
Look him up, Beaver Felton. Super chops for bass, and I was into slapping and tapping, and I love Primus and school and
fucking
Oh, and that's just
Sepultura and-
as a teenager, just shooting for the
Yeah.
moon too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, and Nirvana was the biggest band, so we could play all those songs. But
Yeah.
Anyway, I got accepted into Grant McEwen Music School in Edmonton, and
Yep.
as soon as I graduated, I moved there, and then I was there for 16 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, did a lot there, and that's like in my timeline. I probably met you when I was like 19 or 20, when I was in a band called Gate.
Yeah.
And we would come to Saskatoon and play like the Wash and Slosh or maybe the Roxy or the Basement,
Or-
whatever.
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
wherever.
All
it,
of them.
It would have been the Wash still, and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
Basement and stuff.
Yeah, and then and you were playing in Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we met.
Yeah, and I just remember watching you guys. I probably Wash and Slosh, and like I'd seen handfuls of bands at that time because I was just starting to get into the scene, being a small town kid moving into the city.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're small town too, right?
Yeah, from Kalonze.
Hell yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like 350 people or something like that.
Yeah, I get that vibe though.
But then you get into the city, you start playing more shows, you meet more people. But like out of town bands were rare for me at the time. So like I just remember watching you guys play, and it was so eye opening to see a professional band, but you specifically just putting on a show of something for you. You had may have seen other bands doing what you were doing, but I had never seen anybody do that. Like just having so much fun, the guitar in the air, the accuracy of what it is that you were doing. You were playing guitar. You told me you played bass, and then next thing you know, for the next 15 fucking years, I'm watching you be one of the best drummers I've ever seen in my life, and left-handed no less. It's like, or
Yeah, well,
open-handed. I don't know. You call it open-handed.
I call it open handed.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
play my right foot on the bass drum.
Right. And like,
Yeah.
and so you're a musician extraordinaire, and you could see it from afar. And I've always just been, in awe from afar. Just like, wow, you can always see when a guy's just can do it. You're happy, enjoying yourself playing music every time, and I love that. It's very inspirational.
Oh yeah, I get a pure joy from it, man. It's a thing. It's like a spiritual thing almost.
It really is.
I know
Like,
it stems back. I've been really like reflecting on myself and being in my mid 40s and like getting some of the best gigs I've ever gotten, and kind of struggled and grinding forever, and then finally getting to tour at a level I've always wanted to, and like, why do I play music, and everyone, and like the discussion of talent and all the students that come in, and just being in a place where I can like look over this arc that I've had. And it was just like, I just loved it so much as a kid, but like, why do you love it? And there's a lot to it.
yeah, man.
But it all stems back those dudes on the farm.
Yeah.
My mom took me out there one time, and the farm was rough. Like if you drove by it, you happened to be on that grid road and you drove by that farm, you'd be scared of it.
Yeah, you didn't think anybody lived there.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was fucking, classic, like very poor small town farmers, foster children, trailer, abandoned houses on the property, but instead of fixing the house, you like drag in a trailer, there's cars there,
Yeah, you just
it's
add to it.
fucking harsh.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, why don't we see if the boys want to bring their gear into town? Because I was a town kid.
Yeah.
And then they can, on your lunch break, you can come jam, or after school, and I'll drive the boys home.
That's gnarly.
And
Amazing.
so then all of a sudden I had all the gear in my basement.
There you go.
And those dudes would leave, and I'd just go sit on the drums, and I copied him, and he would actually have his snare to the right of his right leg, and his the floor tom on the left,
Yeah.
and the kick in the middle, kind of, and he just had this like weird open-handed snare to the right of the right leg, and
It's what physically made sense for him.
we just had no clue, man.
Yeah.
And we had this old like Baxter kit that was just duct taped together.
No way.
And we thought it was the best shit. Then we got his mom bought him a Westbury kit for Christmas from the Sears catalog.
Step
dude,
up.
like thinking about it now, our perspective then, there was like a Sonar SQ2 custom shop. It might as well have
It
been.
might as well
We
have been,
were
yeah.
just like, what the fuck? These
Yeah.
sound incredible. Like, and they're like out of the box
Yeah.
Sears catalog drums.
Yeah.
But we were so into it that we were just like blown away. And I kind of try to tell that to parents, like, you don't have to buy your kid a $4,000 kit. If they love drumming, they will play on anything.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, and
Any
you
drum
give them
kit
a
is sick
new
as a kid.
set of tom heads that you think your kit's brand new. It's like, look at these. Nobody's even
Yeah.
touched these.
Yeah, man, exactly. And our shit was, holy man, we roasted. I couldn't imagine even seeing that drum kit. I don't think I've ever seen a kit that harsh.
Yeah,
Trying to remember it, like, holy fuck. But I would, those guys would leave or they wouldn't come over, and I'd be in that basement every day just fucking around on drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have like just
Yeah.
that impeccable sense of timing, like to watch when you're playing guitar, playing bass or whatever. Actually, I haven't seen. Speaking of which, you're playing bass with Pet Blessings as well, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my little super fun band.
Like that, I've been wanting to. You guys have been posting stuff for years, and it's just like, you know, that group of friends. You know, you're Tristan and Liam and yourself, and like
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, it's like Molten Lava with me on bass, but Liam moved to guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, and that was just me moving to Vancouver
Yeah.
and having friends here, but like one real homie, and that's Tristan.
Yes.
And when I first moved here, it was like the second day, dude. I was like literally unpacking, and Tristan's like, I got a jam space, and I like
No
brought my drums there, and we like Liam showed up, and who's also a tight homie.
Yeah.
But Tristan and I were in Pet Blessing or Passenger Action together. And
Absolutely.
We'd toured and done some crazy cool shit together.
Yep.
So moving here and him being here, it was instantly like we're doing a band, and we were like, we started I think 3 bands like the first week I was here because we have Swather too, and I play guitar. And
That's
stuff.
right.
Nice.
That's such a great name.
That's like my favorite band. Yeah.
So that kind of goes into a thing we were talking about before. Like we're
Yes,
always,
band names.
it's just the thing that every guy that's in a band always does, right? Like you're hearing something, somebody says something, and you're just like, Swather, fucking A, great
Yeah.
band
Oh,
name.
yeah.
Done.
I've had that one in the bag for like since I was in high school. I always thought that would be cool.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking
That's
awesome.
absolutely
And
great.
there's no other Swather ever.
Which is
And it's
nuts.
a one-word band name, and it's like it's a deadly machine. Like it's also
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
It's such a sick band name. I love, and no one knows what it is generally.
Yeah, that's
They're
the
like,
the
"Swather,"
mystery.
Like, how did you come up with that name? It's so cool. I'm like, it's a tractor.
Yeah. Grow up in Saskatchewan, and you'll
Yeah,
figure
It's
it
a
out.
harvesting machine. Dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking deadly. It'll chop you into a million pieces.
That's
Yeah.
right. Harvest the souls.
But
what
that's
that
like-
fucking does.
That's like the thing. Like, do you still? That's probably still a same conversation happens at jam spaces. Happens probably in
Oh,
the
yeah.
shop a lot. It's like, oh, dude, that's a sick band name. Can
Well,
you?
we all have. I'm sure you guys have it. You have a notes section on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
band
Oh,
name,
yeah.
And it's just, if we weren't, I'd pull some up right now, but I'm using my phone.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the same thing. Like I know I have them in there. They're
Oh.
scattered across
So
all these
many.
things,
Sure.
and it's like
Yeah.
this is so ridiculous. And every day you can come up with, you know,
New
like I
renditions.
said, what did I say earlier on the public pantaloon?
That was the one.
There you go. They,
Yeah.
they'd be, you know, that's like kind of like a Flaming Lips type of band. You know, they're probably
Yeah.
all wearing big puffy pants full of air.
That's it. And I was telling Uncle Gramma that I used to sing in a band called Eat My Fuck, which was awesome.
Fuck, yeah.
And the problem was we had to go by EMF, and everyone thought we were like the band that said, "You're unbelievable," and then we come out
Oh,
and like
that-
just
okay,
scream,
that's-
yeah. So there was
I
a little
wonder
bit
if
of.
That's what their name is.
If it is, then we're definitely have to change the copyright. But we spent most of our time, instead of jamming, just coming up with better names than Eat My Fuck. And we got close. We had like Biff Tannen was there for a while, and Metal Mountain I mentioned earlier. We had a whole bunch, but EMF usually took the cake. But that's why Eat My Fuck never took off, was because we were too busy naming the band over and over again instead of practicing.
Yeah. Dude,
It was good.
band names, when I was in high school, I think our high school band had probably 8 different names
Right.
over like 3
Yeah.
years.
Exactly.
Same song, same dudes, different name. Like
that's it.
we'd be like, "We're okay. This time we're gonna make it, man. We got a new name."
Yeah.
And our first name was the best. My first band name ever was Mortal Waste.
See,
Mortal Waste.
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Dude.
It's always the first one that wins. Then you spend the rest of your time trying to one up it, and you can't.
Yeah. Oh, the next name. I don't know how the drummer came. Was God's Opinion. Dude,
That's
horrible name.
Sounds like a
We were
Christian
Dufferin
metal
Ave.
band. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think our last name was Power by Machine.
There you go.
Nice.
We were all over. We should have stuck with Mortal Waste.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
That's-
dude,
that's
that'd be a hell of a show. Those Swather with Power by Machine. That'd be a great bill.
There you go.
Fuck
Yeah,
And I like it too. You know, it's funny. Like just on band names is how, like I said, no one knows what Swather is.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, and I didn't, we were playing with Sparky, and I'm like, Sparky, what a weird name. But then years later, man, like 10 or 15, maybe 15 years later, I was like doing carpentry stuff.
Yeah. Dealing
And
with
I'm in
electricians.
Yeah, and this one guy's like, "Hey, Sparky," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, electricians. We call them Sparkies." And I was like, "No, fucking Sparky was sick." And they're like, I'm like, "No, like the band." They're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" But it's funny how a name can like resurface like that. I think that's funny. I think I called Christian and was like, "Dude, Sparky, I get it. I get it now."
Yeah.
The slow play.
And you'd have to ask him or Neil. Like, name was there before I got there, and I think it had something to do with the dog. And it might have even just been from the weird drawing. I have no idea, but it takes on different meaning for anybody.
Yeah. Right.